Minister, girls at homes not impregnated by staff. Now I want to take my time and read this. This lady, I think we have to send she for a checkup in St. Anne's. No joke. I'm not joking, not making light of mental health issues. She needs a checkup. Let me tell you what she said. Denying claims that male staff members may have been responsible for pregnancies at some children's homes. And Ayana Webster-Roy, Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister, said, the instances where girls became pregnant while at the institutions, the investigations would have revealed it was not from any staff member. Hold on there now. You heard what she said? Instances where girls became pregnant while at the institution. So girls are at the institution. The investigation, she said, would have revealed it was not from a staff member. So who it was by? If it's not the staff member and they're in the institution, who it was? Ayana Webster-Roy. Because they not know Immaculate Conception. We only had one of that. And that was a long time ago. She then continued, it was reported to the police and is currently being investigated. Pressed further, the minister said she is not privy to the details of the ongoing investigation as it is currently being handled by the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Ma'am, if you are not privy to the conclusions or the details of the investigation, how the hell you could say definitively who impregnated the girl? No, just, your boy Anel just asking you that. Because you come out and say, it is not, first of all you say, well, them was pregnant before and all. Then she say, so they have so much pregnancy, you have to categorize the pregnancy of the children. Right? So they have some that get pregnant outside and come in, and others who inside and get impregnated. And these people have category for that. Okay. And then she says that it was not staff members. And in the same breath, say, well, the police investigating, the investigation is not completed. And I am not privy to the investigation details. So then what the hell you're talking about, lady? And this is people, this is children, this is nation's children you're talking about. She then continued, I am not a police officer, so I would not be part of the investigation process as minister. I would not have the intimate details of every child or children whom. Well then shut up. What you are saying is you know nothing, and you're coming out to talk when you have no facts, no figures about children, and you have already dilly-dallied for 19 months. As a report in your hand shows that children are being raped, buggered, burned with cigarettes and beaten, and you have no shame to show your face. Something that's happening in Balize House is remove the guts of a human being, you know. The crack, the conscience, they just suck it out somewhere in Balize House. Stop focusing, leave she there now. Stop focusing on negatives in children's homes. Let's listen to this tidbit of genius from this woman, Ayana Webster-Roy. Ayana Webster-Roy, Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister. Well, we now see why you qualify to be in there. Because he does look for the dumbest of the dumb to put them in cabinet and in position close to him. So you, real close to him. So that means you are the head of the dumb class. Ayana Webster-Roy, Minister in the Office, and if all you find her being harsh, let me tell you something. These children we talking about, Rowley and them could lie with the thing and the housing and the project and the corruption and the procurement. That's one thing. That's bad. But when you're dealing with children being abused and battered and beaten and raped and buggered, and you're lying on that rather than protecting children, that ain't no joke. That is not a funny thing. Okay? So let's listen to this lady. The Minister for Gender and Child Affairs has cautioned the media that continued negative reporting on children's homes can lead the public to believe the children are no good. The reporting by the newspapers about the children's homes, meaning the adults responsible for the care of our nation's children who are most in need of love, care, protection, self-esteem boosting, talent identification. They need a shoulder to cry on, hug and hold. They need to be loved. This woman here is saying to the media, stop talking about the truth that the children are being abused by nefarious, disgusting, evil human beings. Because we the people may think the children bad. How you work out that, maths? Like you and Limo, his cousin, how you work out that? Where that conclusion come from? If you all could understand it, please put on the comments and explain to me. She continued, Webster-Roy said, the public has repeatedly questioned the authorities' ability to safeguard children from abuse. So she sought to provide reassurance. We are collaborating with all associate agencies and stakeholders to correct flaws and develop a system for child protection that is responsible, confidential, digitally enhanced. We have listened to your concerns and we have been working to make TNT a better place for all children. Really? What have you done? You have the Judith Jones report in hand. Children buggered, beaten, burned with cigarettes, battered, abused, robbed. And you've done absolutely nothing. But you're working to protect the children. And you say that when you have not an ounce of shame. We, including the media and as such, we must hold ourselves and one another accountable. If the country does not act now, she said, our society will face dire consequences. We must hold one another accountable. You are a PNM and you said that? What are you accountable for as the Minister of Gender Affairs and Child Protection and Children? What's your work? What have you done? What accountability have you accepted? What accountability has your Prime Minister Rowley and the Cabinet accepted on any issue? They blame everybody as like you blaming media and all now. And the media is the one who put all you there. But it gets worse, leave she there. Like this one she just went wild. Like she had verbal diarrhea and it all come out one time. Let Children's Authority learn from its mistakes. Let Children's Authority learn from its mistakes. Now the Children's Authority is in charge of protecting children to stop them from being battered and beaten and raped and abused. But she is saying, let them make mistakes and let them learn. Ma'am, the mistakes cause pain to children. Actually, I don't know. I feel like I'm a madman too. I feel like going for a checkup. Because these people cannot be serious. She's saying, quite blasé, well, let the Children's Authority make mistake, they go learn. So what if a child get buggered at night? Buggered and battered by a sick evil at that? Don't worry, that's a mistake, leave that, they go learn. The Children's Authority will learn. Webster-Roy wants citizens to go easy on the Children's Authority. She said the agency should get a chance to learn from its mistakes, since it is only 8 years old. What a lot of people don't realize is in the life of a child, an 8-year-old is still considered to be a young person, still shaping the mindset, still developing. But we want to beat the authority at 8 years old for not getting everything right. Come on, we have to do better, Trinidad and Tobago. Give our authority the opportunity as it grows and develops to make the mistakes, but most importantly, learn from these mistakes. Now, I read that softly and I'm not too sure if you all listen carefully enough. This woman used the analogy of a child going through its different growth and maturational stages from 0 to 8 years old. She used that analogy, a child will learn from the mistakes. They might touch something hot and no, oh gosh, don't touch that. They'll fall down the steps and they'll be careful. They will hold on to the railing. They will learn from their mistakes. She says that the Children's Authority, made up of adults appointed by the PNM, people who should have been qualified and trained in protection, people who are lawyers, who are doctors, psychologists, who are adults. This woman say the adults in the Children's Authority, they are only 8 years old like children, so let them make mistake and they would learn. Oh, I see no, they're going, but let me read it back for this is what, let me read what the woman said. Minister with responsibility for gender and child affairs, Ayana Webster-Roy, wants citizens to go easy on the Children's Authority. She said the agency should get a chance to learn from its mistakes since it's only 8 years old. What a lot of people don't realize is in the life of a child, an 8-year-old is still considered to be a young person, still shaping the mindset, still developing, but we want to beat the authority at 8 years old for not getting everything right. There's a minister, there's a PNM MP. This is a leader in the country. There's a leader in the country talking about a board created and appointed by the PNM of competent adults. She's calling them, since they're only around the Children's Authority, 8 years old, she's ascribing the growth and maturational levels of a child to these adults who are tasked with the job of protecting our children, and then telling us, don't go hard on them when children in the nation get buggered and raped and beaten and battered and no protection is given. Let them make their mistakes. Y'all are telling me this don't need to be in St. Anne's? Seriously? No, serious? Y'all don't think a checkup on the second floor of St. Anne's is warranted?